What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Drumatic. Today we got something different. We got J.Cole and Lil Pump trying to squash a little beef. This is something you don't see much. We have a lot of, I don't know, indifferences, I guess you could say, when it comes to hip-hop music nowadays. And not everybody's on the same page. You got trap music and you got like real hip-hop, and the old heads are not getting along with the younger guys, and the younger generation can't stand the old heads, and there's no respect there. And that's, you know, kind of where I have a lot of issues with it. But at the end of the day, man, it's just different stuff, and I can see the J.Cole and it's probably trying to squash this stuff with Lil Pump by having him on the show. So let's see what's up and see what I think about this interview.
If you got something to add, I got the responsibility. I don't even know how to open this shit. What's good? First of all, you alright?
I'm Lil Pump.
Lil Pump and J.Cole.
What's good, man?
How you feeling?
Good.
Yo, so there's people that's watching this right now that's probably like,
They probably won't believe it.
yeah,
Say
they
it's
losing.
Photoshop.
Yeah, facts. They losing their mind. There's people that fuck with me that are probably like, why? And then there's also people that fuck with me that like probably don't even, maybe you might not be aware like exactly who you are. You know what I mean? Because I feel like you coming up right now and like your name is spreading every day. When I watch your videos, when I first started seeing your videos, I was like, I'm buying into the image. I'm like, yo, this little nigga's crazy. Like, he don't give a fuck. But as I started watching more of the videos, I was like, yo, this kid is smart. You know what I mean? I wasn't sure, but I was like, yo, this kid is smart. You know what I mean? Like, the more I looked into the videos, I'm like, yo, he knows more than what people might think he does. You know what I mean? Or that his image portrays. So I wasn't sure.
All right, so I mean, it looks just right off the bat that J. Cole's going to take the higher road and try and be civil with them and just kind of try and talk this thing out like adults, which is cool because I'm kind of interested to see like what goes through Lil Pump's head, you know, like, I mean, he's just a kid, so like in this generation we live in now, and the music that everybody's making, he, you know, J. Cole just said a little bit ago, like, he's smarter than you think. Like, the stuff he's doing, he does for a reason. He realizes that certain people like this stuff and it's going to sell records. And I don't know if he's like genuinely like that or if he's just, you know, trying to sell records. So I guess as this goes on, we'll probably find some of that out.
Sure. And we ended up speaking on the phone. Somebody called my phone and you was there with them. I ain't gonna lie, I thought you was trying to set me up or some shit. I'm like, yo, he's 17, like a master troll. I think you wanted to FaceTime, right?
Yeah.
I was like, what'd I say? Like,
You're like, nah, you a big ass troll, I can't pick up. You don't put this show in it. I'm like, nah.
because my album had just dropped like a week before that, and I thought if I FaceTimed you, I thought you would just screenshot the shit, go right to Twitter, you know what I mean, and like keep running with it more. I'm like, nah, bro, like, it ain't that serious, like, I can't talk to you, but I'm not ready for that yet. You know what I mean? Like, what I say, I was like, yo, we'll figure out, like, something to do. So, when I spoke to you on the phone, I'm just giving people the backstory, because I know I feel like people are like, how did this happen? So, when I spoke to you on the phone, I'm like, damn, yo, he is smart. Like, I could tell just from talking to you on the phone, like, you're smarter than what people know, what people might give you credit for, and I think you're smarter than like what you even put out there. You know what I mean? I got that from being on the phone with you. But you know, I was still like, yo, he's still I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So when we met at Rolling Loud, it confirmed it. I was like, yo, he really like, you 17?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, he's 17, like, and he's smart. You know what I mean?
This cat's 17 years old, man. He got like millions of dollars. I don't even know where he came from. I just know that he popped up one day and was just kind of like as ignorant as he could possibly be and just started selling hella records. I know he got out of his label deal because it wasn't old enough, so I knew that he was young, but damn, 17? This kid's supposed to be in high school still.
Me, I felt like, you know, I was just talking to somebody I already knew. So I appreciated that. I appreciated the conversation we had. It was like 15 minutes, but I feel like it was good. And during the conversation, it was so natural that's when I got the idea, like, yo, we should just do this exactly what we're doing right now on camera. And you was like, oh, I'm with it, let's do it. So that's like the breakdown for people. Like that's probably wondering like what the fuck is going on. Yeah. So, where you think? I don't know what we should talk about, but I got, just in case shit get weird, I got a list of shit that I can go to. But, you know, is there any? I mean, I can go somewhere, but is there anything you want to say like before we get started? You don't have to feel present.
How'd you get started like rapping and shit?
Me?
Yeah, how you get started?
Damn, I had that question for you. Right. I'll tell you mine first. I had a cousin that first rap I ever wrote, I ain't gonna lie, it was Pac got killed in like '96. I was such a big Pac fan. I was in 6th grade and I felt like inspired, like man, like I'm supposed to say something. You know what I mean? So like I like wrote a whole rap that was like just talking about his influence and his effect. You know what I mean? Because like he was my first favorite rapper, and when I was like 6 years old, my stepfather brought back a Pac album. He was in the army, and he was in Desert Storm, which was like, don't get me lying, but I think it was like Iraq or some shit like that. Like, you know, like one of those Desert Storms, like a big war, like '91 or whatever. And he was over there. And I just remember when he came back, he wasn't my stepfather at this time, he was just like my mom's boyfriend. When he came back, he had a few albums, and one of the albums was Tupac's first album. And like I like music.
Alright, so a little backstory. I rap also, and I'm also a producer, but when I was personally about, I don't know, I want to say maybe 7th grade or so, around the same age as Cole, I was at home watching MTV, and I remember watching, I think it was MC Breed, Ain't No Future in Your Frontin' was on, you know, My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me came on, and I wasn't really into rap where I was. They didn't have a whole lot of it on TV where I was, so every time it would come on, I was kind of like, oh, this is dope. What's this? And so it always kind of piqued my interest, and so I would listen to the hip hop music and the rap music on TV. Anytime I could find it, I would record it, and then I would listen to it in my room. My mom would be like, "What are you listening to?" You know, same old shit. I remember 2 Live Crew, The Fuck Shop. I'd play the shit out of that. People just like, it's so bad, and people would be like, "Man, why are you listening to that?" But like, I just love hip hop. And the first day I heard it, man, I like fell in love with it. You know, and that's why like when people like, you know, I hear the culture vulture things and stuff, mostly just because you're white or whatever, and that bugs me because I'm like, dude, I'm more hip hop, and I've been embedded in hip hop since I was a little kid. It's literally been my lifestyle and my life, my entire life. You can ask anyone that knows me, they constantly tell me I don't know anybody that knows more about hip hop than you do or loves hip hop as much as you do. So it bugs me when people act like, you know, certain people out here because of the color of their skin or they shouldn't be involved in it or whatever. I just think that's not fair because at the end of the day, I've definitely contributed. I mean, I've put out over 5 albums, 6 albums in my life, produced hundreds of artists, done hundreds of shows, done lots of stuff. But with that being said, it was Tupac also that came on the TV after My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me by the Ghetto Boys. I remember thinking, wow, that song was crazy. And then I remember Brenda's Got a Baby came on, and I was glued. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was like life-changing for me. Brenda's Got a Baby was like, I think it showed me that music can be more than just like a kick drum and a snare, you know? It's not just about boom bap, you know, I could rap and I could rhyme. Like, there's a message here. Like, there's content here. Like, there's substance. There's like meaning. This could help people. And once I saw that, like, the strength of music, and it was Tupac that showed me that. He showed me that, like, you can literally use it for good. And Brenda's Got a Baby was such a great story that it just changed my life. I just didn't even know hip-hop was like that, or rap was like that in general, or music. I was listening to rock music with my mom, and I didn't hear nothing like that. So when I heard Brenda's Got a Baby, it literally changed my life. And from that day forward, I've been involved in hip-hop in every way I ever could be since. So that's my story.
Music at that time, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like Michael Jackson, Bobby Brown, like, and I like rap too, but like, it was like more kid, you know, like I was a little kid. When he brought Pac, it was like, he was the first rapper that like made me feel, as a 6-year-old, had me feeling like I had been through the realest shit. Like, things he was saying, I felt like way more than what I was supposed to be feeling. Now I look back and I see it's like, yo, even at 6, I had saw enough shit that made those words like resonate with me. But so that's how long I had been like a Pac fan. Brenda's Got a Baby. It was like, I could feel that story. I felt all the emotion in what he was saying, and I didn't know that like rap could like make you feel like that. So picture when he died 5 years later. I'm older. I'm in 6th grade.
I didn't know he was gonna say that.
The talk of the school, and I just felt inspired to like write a rap. That was my first rap. 2 years, maybe a year and a half after that, my cousin came and spent the summer with us. He was like 4 years older than me. He was mad cool. If I was like 12, he was like 16. He had mad girls. He had jerseys. He had jewelry, and we played ball together all the time and just hung out all summer. But one thing he used to do was like just freestyle, and I used to be like, damn, this nigga just freestyle. Like, teach me how to do that. And he was just like, teach you how to do it. He was like, you could just do it. He's just like, you just say words, you know what I mean, and like rhyme them. So like, that's when I really started picking it up. Was from there, and I just took it way more serious after that. After he left. What about you? What was your first? I guess when you started rapping.
Me, I like.
Now this is interesting to me because, I mean, Jay's, like I said, he's more around my age than like Lil Pump, so his story is very similar to mine. As you can tell, he definitely just was influenced by, icons that showed him that music's bigger than, than actual music. So I'm super interested to see what got Lil Pump rapping.
A year and a half ago, like 2. It was with
Wait, a year and a half, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I just started.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, like 2000. We in 18, like 16.
Damn.
In 2016.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Basically, I would almost the same shit, but like I'll just be freestyling next to Smoke Perk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's your man?
Yeah.
Like y'all grew up together?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
My best friend. Yeah. So like basically, I like me and him just be freestyling and shit, and then like in the car and shit, smoking blunt, and then bro like, hey, start rapping. I'm like, what? Start rapping? But all the time, I just do it, do hard, and then I just started doing that shit.
What do you mean? So like, y'all was already freestyling?
Type shit, but we ain't take it serious. Well, he was recording, I wasn't.
Oh, so he was already like, he had dreams and aspirations to already be a rapper.
Yeah, he started like a couple months before me, not that long. And then
y'all went to school together?
Yeah.
Okay, so he started. My bad. He started a few months before you, and then what?
Yeah, and then he got me into rapping, and then we just started doing that shit. We started blowing up out of nowhere. It was weird. It's crazy. Like, damn, shit really happened.
Bro,
Yeah.
2 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shit was crazy.
But so if I see,
So I know how J.Cole feels. When he heard he rapped for 2 years, it's not offensive. It's just you put so much into your craft, and a lot of us have worked really hard to get good at this, to get good at writing, to get good at delivery, and our cadence and master different flows, and just kind of like getting to our peak, and understanding that like this is such a serious art form for us that we can make something bigger out of it, and you don't want the greats to look back at you and be like, oh, that shit is whack. You always wanted the acceptance from them dudes. So it's different nowadays when young kids are like, I don't really give a shit if the old heads like it or not. That's just not where me and Cole came from. Like, people like us, we definitely look at the OGs as the OGs, and that's who you want your respect from, because those dudes paved the way for you, and they kind of taught you without actually teaching you how to rap. You know what I mean?
Because I seen some videos of you and you just look like even younger than you do now, and that's so you was like what, 15 around that time? Or?
Yeah. 15. Man. I'm 17. But yeah, I'll be freestyling and shit around him, and then he was like, record that shit. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, my first song was recorded like on headphones and laptop.
That's crazy.
Like iPhone headphones, yeah. Shit's crazy.
Who beat was it?
It was like a YouTube beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube beat. Then YouTube beat, and then I just put that shit out, and then after I started recording like a little home studio in the garage.
At his crib?
Nah, my other boy's crib.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then that's when I made my song Lil Pump. Produced it, and that shit started going up. And I just kept going after that.
That was one of your first
song.
Wait, you said it was Smoke Perp?
Yeah,
He's the rapper or as a producer? My bad.
Rapper,
yeah.
But he makes beats too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
He was making beats even at that time, or is it something you just started?
Yeah, shit was crazy though. Because it really happens quick. Like the whole process.
You mean like from when you started to like being right now? Yes. Yeah, that's why I'm over here like kind of in shock, because I can't even imagine like shit going that fast. You know what I mean? Like, did you feel like, damn, this shit like almost too fast? Or were you like, nah, this is right on time, like this is what I needed?
This is what I needed type shit.
Yeah.
I grew up, I didn't really have shit, so I was like, I gotta like do some shit. I fucking got kicked out of school, all that bullshit.
What grade was that?
Like, when I first started kicked out, it was like 7th grade. I was like smoking weed in the bathroom and shit. But then like, I got kicked out of all schools and I was in like 10th.
What happened in 10th grade?
Like just fights and shit.
Wow.
This bullshit. I kicked out like fuck.
Was it like a white school, black school?
Both.
Mixed? Like, damn, that's kind of harsh. Like, you just kick somebody out of school. I don't know if that's, you know, I don't know if that's regular, but damn.
Like, it is regular. Just so J.Cole knows. Like, I don't know if he got in trouble in school much, but like, it's pretty regular. If you get in fights and you keep getting suspended, it's called getting expelled. Like, you'll get removed.
That don't seem extreme to you?
Yeah. You know, like, people be looking at weed like it's crack or some shit.
Yeah. After they
You
expelled you
can't
from
smoke
school,
weed at school.
like, what did they expect you to do? Was it close to the end of the school year? Was it like?
It was like in the start, like first 2 semesters.
So what'd you do for the rest of the year?
I was just like at home rapping, just like do what I gotta do. Started rapping this shit, and shit started going up. So like, fuck it, fuck all this school.
Oh, this is you talking about? This is like 10th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, my fault. I was thinking about 7th
Oh,
grade.
no, 7th grade? Nah, I went to another school, then I just kept it going. But after that,
What was your parents was?
yo, man.
Wait, because we talked about it. I asked you this. I know, so they don't know. I asked you like, yo, one of the first things I asked you when we got on the phone, I'm like, yo, like you cool with your moms? Like, and you and your moms are tight, right?
Yeah, we're real cool.
Now, this is something that I'm interested in. I'm curious with some of these kids nowadays, like, what's happening at home. Like, you see that little Tay girl or whatever her name is running around, and now her mom's getting in trouble because she's putting a bunch of dumb shit on social media, and she's just a little girl. And she shouldn't be talking like that. She shouldn't be doing none of that shit. People are saying her older brother is coaching her. I mean, if you ask me, that's all trash. Like, that makes the mom trash, that makes the brother trash. I mean, like, that's just trashy. Like, really, like, do you not have any respect for your little sister, your daughter? Like, you're gonna throw her out in the social media world and just kind of whore her out? Like, I can't even respect that. I think that's just gross. So it's interesting to me that, you know, people are so money hungry nowadays that they're willing to like sell out their own family to do that. So I would love to see like what Lil Pump's family life was like.
And your pops too.
Yeah.
So, and your mom be out like with you on the road, right? Or like she travel, or she not on the road, like she coming to Rolling Loud or your shows,
Yeah.
but like you keep her around, right? Like when you're
Yeah.
in LA, she's around.
Of course, yeah.
That's what's up. So when you get kicked out of school in 7th grade, like what's her reaction?
She was mad as fuck.
Why? Like, was it because did she
Why?
already know you was smoking, or was that shit a shock to her?
Did J.Cole just ask Lil Pump why his mom was mad that he got expelled from school in 7th grade?
I kind of shocked it because I don't think she knew. She didn't know because I was young as fuck at that time. Like 14. some shit. 13.
Right. Yeah, 7th grade is like 12, 13.
Yeah. I was like, fuck. And then.
So did she look at you like yo, that's my baby, like that's like you would never do nothing like that?
Yeah, she was like, what the fuck? I can't believe you're doing this. I'm like, man, it's just weed, like, ain't no crazy shit. So.
Was it 7th grade when you started smoking?
Like 6th.
6th grade. So like, what led you to that? You know what I mean? To be in 6th grade, be like, yo, I'm just smoking weed already.
I like had some homies that like fucking like always be smoking and shit.
Neighborhood.
6th grade's too young to be smoking weed. Weed ain't gonna kill you, but it will change you. So don't start smoking weed in like 6th grade, or 7th grade, or 8th grade, alright?
Hood or at the school?
No, like at school.
Right.
So like, look, I see a song now, I'm like, fuck, like, so, like, let me get that shit. And then I got high as fuck. Oh, fuck. And I smoked again, and I was like, that shit ain't like that shit. You got used to it.
So your mom finds out, and she's in disbelief because it's like, damn, I didn't even know you was doing this. And you like, Mom, it's not even a big deal. Like, she relax. She like, what you mean it's not a big deal? What the fuck you talking about? Was she like, did she like get way more strict on you?
It's hype. She was mad because I would be getting in trouble in school, like, you know, some shit. Like, always. So it would be like, she'll be tripping because she didn't want me to drop out or whatever. But that shit ended up happening anyway.
Like she could see it coming?
Yeah.
Where your mom from? She from Miami too?
Nah, she's Colombian.
Oh, she's like straight from Colombia.
Yeah.
She came here when she was a kid?
Nah, she had my brother. I have a brother.
How old?
He's 21 or 22.
Oh, wow. What about your pops? You met your pops over there?
Over there too, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you Colombian?
Yeah.
So when did your parents split up?
Like, when I was like 6.
You remember that?
Yeah, a little bit.
So like you remember your parents being together? It was Christmas?
Yeah.
When they split up or when they told you?
No, they split up.
How long before your mom met your stepfather or like started bringing your stepfather around?
Like 2 years, 3 years.
What did you think when he came around? Was it like,
I like
right, right. Why is that?
Alright, so, you know, I've been through it. My dad died when I was young, so I had a stepdad too. Like, and I understand that, like, when homeboy comes around, you don't like stepdads too much, man. Like, that's pretty normal. Not a lot of kids want to see their dad leave, whether it's divorce or just a deadbeat or they died and then get replaced, you know. My father died. I got adopted by another man, and then that man just completely bounced. So I had 2 dads just bounce on me. So, I mean, I can definitely relate to that stuff. But it doesn't always, you know, lead you down that road. You know what I mean? Like, I still almost made it pro in baseball, and, you know, I still worked my butt off to try and become somebody myself. So it doesn't mean you have to give up just because you have it hard. You know what I mean?
Those are the asshole.
From the jump?
Yeah.
He didn't try to like hit you with the polite boyfriend shit? What's your first memory?
Oh man, niggas just had like hella rude. I fuck with that nigga at all. Used to do like fucked up shit, you know.
You're not around no more?
Step that shit, nigga, get my big cats.
Yeah. I realized that as I got older, like, man, that shit.
You gotta step that too, huh?
Yeah.
All that.
It was weird looking back. Like, I knew it was weird at the time, but it's like when you're a kid, at least the type of kid I was, it's like you just, you know, you be ignoring shit. Try to like block shit out or whatever, but like when I look back, I just remember times being like mad, wanting to do something. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes shit was good though. I don't know if it was like that in your house. It was like sometimes like
I'm not sure, but it looks like he's getting teary-eyed kind of, you know? And it looks like J.Cole might have had it tough too with his stepdad. I don't know. I didn't know anything about that.
like shit be mad peaceful. They look like they in love. Shit be feeling good in the house. You know what I mean? Should be like, all right, let's just keep this shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I like to see her happy. I like to see him happy. Everybody good? My brother, you good? I'm good. Cool. But like when shit got turbulent, it started feeling like fuck, I just want this shit to end, be over with. You know what I mean? Like go back to being good. Even though I knew like deep down, I was like, yo, this is not a healthy relationship. You know what I mean? Like this is not healthy activity happening in this house. Like certain situations that happen where it's just like, yo, this is, you know, feeling like I'm too small to like really stick up for my mom. You know what I mean? That shit is a trash feeling. But I didn't know.
I was like 5 years old trying to beat up my stepdad because he put his hands on my mom. So I definitely can see that, man. I remember looking up at this dude like he was like Incredible Hulk or something. He seemed like he was 20 feet tall, man. I'd sit by her bedroom door. He'd come out and grab me and slam me against the ceiling. What do you want? And I'd be like, don't touch my mom. I'm like this big.
I didn't realize till I got older that it's like, yo, that shit was unhealthy. Like, it really made me appreciate healthy stepfathers. You know what I mean? And like dudes that come into a relationship. Not even just healthy stepfathers. Because I can't just put on my stepfather. Like, I understand that my mother, because of what she went through in her life, like, I understand that she was like in an unhealthy space herself to even allow herself to be in a position where it's like, yo, somebody putting their hands on her, somebody talking to her a certain type of way, somebody dogging her out, got bitches on the side, somebody putting their hands on her kids. It's like, I understand that she had some healing to do herself to even put herself in that situation. And he did too. But it just really made me look at, it made me realize how important of a job, like, being a stepfather is. Like, yo, if you get with a woman and she has a child, like, yo, you have a responsibility to like not put your shit that you got in you on this kid. You know what I mean? I just realized that, like, I obviously I never thought about it before until I got older. Like, yo, that shit is a big responsibilities, and I respect somebody that would like love a woman so much that they get into a relationship with her even though she got kids, because that's not an easy thing to do. But when you take on that responsibility, it's like, yo, you gotta do it, and you gotta check yourself.
Now that's big of Cole, because at the end of the day, that's true too. I mean, even though like a lot of stepdads come in a situation and they're not liked too much, a lot of them are douchebags, but sometimes, I mean, you run into somebody that like genuinely cares about your family. Like, it's kind of like a superhero. They'll show up, and then, you know, you just have your mom and your brothers or your sisters, and everything's kind of tough at home because dad's gone. And then dude shows up, and, you know, he's financially okay. You know, he's a nice guy. He cares about her kids even though they're not his. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like, that's not an easy thing to do. So salute to all the stepdads out there.
And you gotta like treat these kids how you would treat your own kids, or even better, because, you know, like they're vulnerable. That's how I felt. Did you feel like that in a similar way?
Yeah. Bro, he used to look at me like, man, you ain't gonna be shit. You know, on that shit. Cause I was just like, alright, bro, you're fucking bum or whatever. Like, bro, you used to get on you, like, bro, you're fucking bum. You had the same job for like 15 years, like, you ain't shit. She get on that.
Damn.
You know,
What made you say that? Like, why was he?
Like, he'll always argue with me for stupid shit, you know. Like, smoking weed, like the house smell like weed, like retarded shit like that. I used to get in arguments with my mom.
So here's the problem. Like, you can see by watching this that Lil Pump doesn't even see what he did wrong. Like, he doesn't even understand that, like, in 7th grade you shouldn't be smoking weed. Not only that, then alone bringing it home in the house. Then alone, he can't figure out why that his parents were mad. Like, it's hard for me to comprehend the lack of common sense. Like, how can you not see that you were causing the problems? You were smelling the house up like weed, and you're a kid. and your parents are worried about you. They don't want you doing drugs in middle school. So like, and you got expelled from school. So like, I don't, like, at what point do you kind of own up to like your own shit? Like, I don't understand how you don't see that.
And then, you know, I used to get into it with him.
But like, the house smelling like weed, like, don't you think if you was like, how old you think he was, 30 something, 40?
Yeah, 30.
You think if you was a 30-something year old dude and you was living in a house, it was your house, you paying bills in the house, and you had a step kid that was like burning down the house and had the shit smelling like weed, like, don't you think you would be like, the fuck you doing, you know?
Not really. I
Nah.
wouldn't care.
You wouldn't care?
Nah, because I was blowing it down inside of it.
See, he don't get it. He just does not get it. Like, he says that now, but when he's a dad and he has a kid someday, like, he's gonna be different. He's gonna be like, the fuck was I saying that for? What's wrong with me? You know, that's the problem with these kids, like, being so young and blowing up so quick. Like, he'll figure out someday that what he says right now sounds flat out stupid. You know what I mean? And, like, he's embarrassing himself right now. But he doesn't really realize that. He's just going with the flow. He thinks he's saying everything he's supposed to say, but he sounds real dumb right now. Talking about, nah, I wouldn't care. Like, I don't even know why they're mad. Really? Really, bro?
So that was it. Like, it just smelled like weed.
Oh, cause you smell like weed.
Yeah.
So could it possibly be that cause you say he a piece of shit, and I'm not doubting that. I'm not disputing that.
I can already see Cole's about to bring some common sense here. He's trying to set it up to not offend him, but be like, yo, like, do you not see why he might have been concerned?
I'm just trying to see, is there a side of your stepfather that you like, you know what? Like, he did give a fuck about me and maybe he was doing that shit from a place of concern, or is it like, nah, I can't see that?
Yeah, it's like, fuck that nigga. I still don't fuck with bro.
I feel you.
I know Cole, he's like, I feel you, but he's lying. I know Cole in his head right now is going, damn, this kid's lost. This kid just don't get it. There's no way Cole listens to that and goes, oh man, I feel you. You don't feel shit, bro. You fronting right now, Cole. Just let him have it, man. Tell him how you feel, man.
I don't know, man. It was just,
Yeah.
he even told me straight up, like, I don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you either. Like,
Mm.
it was like,
How did you feel when he said that? Like, you didn't give a fuck or did it hurt?
I don't give a fuck. Fuck that nigga. I ain't care that nigga either. But last time I saw him was when we started arguing and I just put out a strap on him. And that's when, like, whole shit's ended.
You was telling me about that.
Yeah.
How?
Like, he was arguing with me and he was trying to fight with me. I was like 16 at the time. I was like, we're
He's
trying
a
to fight
big dude?
16-year-old. Nah, really just a little bit fat. Like, look, he's a little bit chubby, but not even big.
Yeah.
But bro was just like, he was trying to get into it. I was like, what's up? I'm like, what up, man? I put on a strap and I aimed that shit at him, bro. Just spooked, he ran inside.
Sheesh. What would make him even get to that level? Like,
The weed shit. It smelled like weed in the house. He just got tired of that shit. He's like, man, boy, that shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And then, you know, so he started arguing. And then I told him the same shit. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking bum. And he got mad. And he was trying to fight me and shit. And then that's when I put a strap on him. And after I did that shit, like, I just left my mom's crib. And then went back.
did you ever feel like damn, why you, like, almost like, why you choosing this dude over me? Like,
Nah, yeah. That's exactly how I felt.
really?
For sure, yeah.
Did you ever ask her that? Or tell her that?
Yeah, but she like, I don't know. I was just like, I was like, fuck that shit. I don't want to hear none of that shit, you know. I was just, fuck all that.
Damn, bro, that's deep.
Yeah.
You said 6th grade or 7th grade is when you start, like, smoking? It was like
Yeah.
sixth grade? Do you think that, like, you being more open to doing that shit? Because you say that, you like, man, ain't no big deal. Like, I'm just smoking weed, man, chill out. Like,
Yeah.
but, like, it's a bunch of 6th graders. The majority of 6th graders is like, whoa,
But,
fuck. Like, these dudes in the bathroom is tripping, right?
Yeah.
Like, fuck going on with them? When y'all would be like, y'all niggas square, like, y'all skip on. You know, is it possible that your stepfather coming around or your mom's boyfriend at that time coming around and then her, quote unquote, like choosing him, could have been like the cause of leaving you open to like being more susceptible to like outside influences. Like, yo, these niggas smoking in the bathroom. Fuck it, I'll try that shit. Like, was it, like, is that the point that you start? Okay, before that, were you, what's your name, your real name?
Gazzy.
Gazzy. Before that, was Gazzy like a good kid, a smart kid, a kid that would be like, it would be a shock to people that you would end up being one of the kids in the bathroom, like, chiefing?
Not really.
Not really, okay.
Yeah, I just started doing this because I was like, fuck you.
Got it. I be trying to make connections that maybe not did.
J. Cole was just trying to find some reason that this dude made such douchebag decisions and like doesn't realize why he's making them. Like Cole's thinking, dude, this kid's got to be fucked up. Like there's no way this kid is this messed up and this dumb. And I'm not trying to be mean at all, I promise. But he's trying to figure out like how do you not see like everything around you? How are you so clueless? Like, are you damaged? Like, he just wants to know like what caused this. But Pump's constantly just saying, nah, I just felt like it. Nah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But
Like, well, a lot of people, yeah, like for sure. But I just did that shit just cause like I didn't want to smoke. Like, fuck it.
got it.
I never tried that shit, so. You know, people be, I mean, we smoked before. You know, try that shit. Fuck it. Too far.
Yeah, but I feel like, me personally, it's not like judging, but I feel like if I was more, if I had a more stable home, put it like that. I feel like if the household was more stable, I'd have been less susceptible to get into the shit that I got into. Same thing goes with my brother. And it's not like I got in some deep shit, but I felt like I was more susceptible.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, you're gonna have. I mean, if you're a lost kid and you don't have your parents and like shit's not gonna get at home, like you're gonna end up rebelling at times and doing things, maybe smoking weed or whatever. It's just owning up to it. You know, that's the big thing for me. Like, it's not about making mistakes or, you know, or having regrets or anything like that. It's just a matter of like owning up to it. If you do it and you knew it was bad and you shouldn't have done it, just admit that. Like, don't sit here and be like, nah, I wanted to. Nah, they were wrong, I was right. You know, that's the problem with today. Everybody just wants to be right all the damn time. And they're so emotional with their thinking that no one actually thinks logically anymore because everyone's like, nah, that's not how I feel. I don't give a shit how you feel. What's the truth?